Pesachim Daf Chav Gimel. Today's picture comes from Daron Kornbluth, who's learning the Daf in the JFK Shul, and from Nachum Horovitz, learning the Daf stuck in traffic in Baltimore. So we had a machlokes, Chizki and Rebavo. When the Torah says Lo yi'achel, lo yoichal, lo yisoichlu, according to Rebavo, that means not only are you not allowed to eat the food, but it's also asur bahana. And Chizki says only when it says Lo yi'achel is it asur bahana, but otherwise it's mutar bahana. Today we're going to learn 7 different things that are asur ba'achila. Arla, truma, a nazir who can't drink wine, chadash, you're not allowed to eat from the new crop of the chameshes haminim, wheat, barley, etc., until after the second day of Pesach. You bring the omer. In our days, it's also asur, according to most Rishonim, until the second day of Pesach. Shratzim, the Shemana Shratzim, chametz on Pesach, and chaylev, the forbidden fats of an animal. In all of these 7, the Torah says one of the Lashonos. It says lo yi'achel, lo yoichal, lo yisoichlu. According to Rabavo and according to Chizkiah, where it says lo yi'achel, shouldn't it be asur bahana? Yet we see in these, most of them, there's a heter hana. For instance, you're allowed to make a ruve tchumim out of truma, even for Yisrael, who's asur to eat truma. So you see he has ana. You can make an eruv tchum for a nazir out of wine, even though he's asur in the wine. He's allowed to benefit from it. You're allowed to take chadash, which a human being is not allowed to eat, and feed it to your animal. A sheretz, which you can't eat, let's say you trap it by mistake, you're allowed to sell it, deal with it. You're not allowed to deal with it lechatchila, but if it happens in your trap, you're allowed to sell it. Chametz, according to Rabbi Yossi Aglili, is mutar bahana all 7. Chaylev, you're allowed to do whatever you want with it. So the Gemara says on every single one of them, there's some sort of word in the pasuk that tells us that it's mutar bahana. It either says trumaschem, it's yours, nizroi, it's yours, kitzirchem, lochem, lecha, l'chalam lacha. And that's why these 7 are mutar bahana. According to Chizkiah, he learns the actual svara that only when it says lo yi'achel is it asur bahana from shratzim. By shratzim it says lo yi'achel, and dafka by shratzim there's a heter hana, but anything else in the Torah there's a isra hana. Chametz it says lo yi'achel. According to Rabbi Gamliel, it says by chametz 3 times the word lecha, and it comes to tell you shalcha lahana ascha. So Rabbi Gamliel learns from the word lecha that you are permitted to benefit from chametz. The second lecha is that if a guy that you rule over deposits chametz in your property, you're not over on chametz. And the third lecha is even a guy that's not under your rule. Chacham take those 3 lechas and they learn one for a guy that's under your rule, one for a guy that's not under your rule, and the third lecha is for sa'ar, for the actual leaven. The chiddush is it's not edible, but it makes other things chametz. So that's why it's different than chametz itself. In chaylev, Rabbi Yossi Aglili says that chaylev and a gid, the gid anasha, are not included in nevela. Nevela is meat, chaylev and gid not. So when the pasuk comes to say that chaylev is mutar, it comes to say that it's mutar bahana. According to Rabbi Akiva, that chaylev and gid are included already in the pasuk of nevela, and just like nevela is mutar, so is chaylev and a gid. So the pasuk comes to say that the chaylev is tahar. It doesn't have tuma, even though it comes from a tamei nevela. It's permitted to use in the Beis Hamikdash. It's permitted to use outside of the Beis Hamikdash. So according to Rabbi Yossi Aglili, either a gid anasha is actually asur bahana, or he says it's mutar bahana because he has a kavachomer. Chaylev, which is so severe that if you eat chaylev you get kares, yet nevertheless it's mutar bahana. So gid anasha that you don't get kares, certainly it should be mutar bahana. Reb Shimon, who says that a gid anasha is asur bahana, he doesn't have this kavachomer. So how does he shlug up the kavachomer? How does he mafrech the kavachomer? He says chaylev huta miklaloi. In other words, since chaylev is weak, you see that you're permitted to eat chaylev from a chaya. Let's say a deer's chaylev is mutar. So therefore, the whole concept of chaylev is weak. You can't make a kavachomer out of it. And Rabbi Yossi Aglili will tell you, well, I'm not talking about a chaya. I'm talking about a behema. The bottom line is, it comes out after you go through the whole list of things that are asur b'achila, asur bahana. There's absolutely no difference between Rabbi and Rabbi. According to both, in most places it's mutar bahana. Wherever they agree on everything. So where's the contention? Where's the machlokes? The Gemara says in one case only. Chulin shenishchatu ba'azara. If you take a domestic animal and you bring it to the Beis Hamikdash, not for a carbon, for your own personal use, and you shecht it, is it asur bahana or not? The question is, how do we darshan the word oisai in the pasuk of Treifa? According to Chizkiah, the word Oisa is extra to teach us that Chulin Ba'azara is Asur Midiraisa to have Hana from. According to Bavo, the Isra Hana is not Midiraisa. The word Oisa comes to teach us that Chametz and Shor Haniskal are Asabana. According to Rishum and Levi, he doesn't agree with any of what we said. He doesn't agree that the word Loyi Achel comes to teach us Isra Hana. So how does he know the Isra Hana by Chametz and Isra Hana by Shor Haniskal? And when it comes to Nevela, you can't learn from Nevela, says Rabbi Shimon Levi, because he learns Dvarim K'chasavam, like we said. Nevela, the Torah says you're not allowed to eat Nevela. And then the Torah goes ahead and says you could give it to a ger who accepted upon himself Shavim B'nei Noach, and you could sell it to a guy. In other words, that's the only way to do it. You can't learn any Heter Hana from it. And the Oisai from Treifa, he learns that Chulin Ba'azar is a Deraisa, so he doesn't have an extra Oisai. So how exactly did Rabbi Shimon Levi learn that Chametz is Asur B'Hana and so Shor Haniskal? That we'll see tomorrow, Be'ezer Hashem. Have a wonderful day.